Hi, everybody. This is Kristen from A Voice and a View. And I wanted to do a little video here, but I want to mention first a couple things that I mentioned in the past that I wanted to update you on. The first one is the 3-day fast that I did. And I wanted to see if I noticed any benefits from it. And I did. I think it's worth doing or trying because it does clear out your system. Although I think I'm going to do a longer fast the next time. And I'm not looking forward to that because I like to eat my food. But I think I'm gonna try it for longer next time. And it helps restart your system, helps clear out a lot of junk, But the other thing I wanted to update you on is I said a while ago that I was going to create a list of channels that I followed, that I received information from on my awakening journey. But, well, I was keeping a list, but then I realized that I think I took longer to wake up that way. Reason being is because there's a lot of information out there that distracts you, and that's on purpose. They want to keep you distracted so that you don't go within yourself and heal what you need to heal and focus on self-love, the healing of self, and realizing that God is within you and not somewhere outside of you. Okay? And I think I kept myself distracted for a really long time, for years and years, guys. I kept myself distracted from my journey because I was doing that, because I was focusing so much on everything else. And it wasn't that I didn't learn a lot, because I did. I mean, it's definitely worth it. Because I love to learn information. I love to, research information, and once I get stuck on a subject, I will keep going with it, to dig deeper. But I think it veered me off my path quite a bit. And once I came to a certain point, I just got sick of it all. I got sick of hearing, the updates and what was going on here and there and everywhere else. But I finally realized that it was me that had to look more inside myself. And it was helpful with the other information because it led to one thing, to the next, to the next, to the next. And I just kept learning more and more. And it led me to where I needed to be. So it's not like it wasn't, the wrong journey, because it was the journey for me. That's how I arrived where I am right now. And that might be the right journey for you. But I know once I started focusing on myself, once I started looking inward instead of outward, is when I really woke up. And everything just kind of dominoed for the better. And I noticed some big changes, not just in my life, but in my outside world, that advanced quickly. And there was a lot of hard things that I had to deal with, but that's part of the path. That's part of the journey with this great awakening. You have to take a deep dive into yourself and look in the mirror to see what's going on within you, what you need to release from your heart, what you need to release, all that negative energy that I carried around for a long time. I had to release it and heal from it. And once I did that, I started allowing a lot of really good and positive energy back into myself. So I just wanted to give you an update on that. And I know that there's multiple ways on this journey into the Great Awakening journey, and everybody's different. Everybody has their own way. And their higher self is it's kind of like a planned way of awakening. A way that you chose to awaken. And some people that might not be awake, it might not be their time. That's why, everybody's not awakening all at once. It is gradual. There's others that awakened early and others that are going to be later. But we can't push that journey on others if they're not open to it. If they don't want to hear the information, if they don't want to see it. And we all have to respect everybody's journey. Because you can't push someone into this. They have free will. And if they don't want to do the journey, then that's their choice. And it's actually very wrong to push people into it. Okay? They have to decide for themselves when it's right for them. And their soul will let them know. Okay, it's kind of like a gradual set of events that happens. Sorry, I'm turning my heat down. That will help awaken that person. And that's probably going to be some kind of a heartbreak. A heartbreaking moment that totally shifts their world. But everybody has to go through their own set of events. I'm hot. Yeah, everybody's got to do it on their own time. So don't push anybody into this, okay? They'll find their moment. They'll find their time to awaken. So I'm not going to give any links out there. And that's mainly why. It is important to follow what's going on in the world, but I think it's more important for you to focus on you and what's going on with you. Everything in your life is trying to distract you from you looking at you and what you need to heal within yourself. And my world changed when I stopped focusing so much on the outside world and I started healing myself. Going in, opening my chakras up, healing my wounds one by one, doing my shadow work, being the hermit that I am, and being in nature as much as possible. And I haven't been getting out a lot lately, guys, and it's kind of driving me nuts. I'd like to get out more in nature. And I was planning on doing it today, but it's snowing like crazy. So, another day. But, so I'm just going to do a really quick video. Well, I'm already doing the video, obviously. But in addition with the healing lesson, okay, for today. But today's healing lesson is called letting go. And in this journey of the Great Awakening, you're going to realize that you're going to have to let go of a lot of things. And it's not easy. It's not easy to ascend. It's probably the hardest thing that you will ever do, because you're going to have to let go of so many things. And I'll just give you some examples of things that I've had to let go of, okay? And the one thing I mentioned earlier in the video was that I let go of a lot of the information that I was following every day. The situation updates, the details on so many channels that I followed. That was a big thing that I let go of. And I don't follow it all. I don't follow politics. And yeah, I was obsessed. I was big into politics. And just keeping up with the happenings around the world. And I do see things here and there of what's going on, but for the most part, I've let it all go. And I focus on what I need to focus on. But that was one of the big things that I let go of. There was a lot of people that I let go of that either I didn't connect with anymore, or that I realized were not helping me, were not supporting me. I let go of people that were manipulating me, lying about me. That included family, friends. And in some instances, I'm just taking a break. I am staying to myself until I can figure things out in my own life. And that's one of the big things in my life. I've had to let go of a lot of people. And you're going to have to do this, because the more you wake up, you're going to realize that you are not on the same frequency as others. You're not going to want to talk about the same old things that you used to. You're not going to want to go to the same places that you used to. I used to go to bars. I used to drink. I rarely do that. Rarely. I stopped eating meat. And I still have a hard time with this. But I've been meatless for probably, I don't know, at least probably 6 months, maybe more, 6 to 8 months, something like that. And people can disagree with me, that's fine, but meats carry a lot of parasites. That's helped me raise my frequency. I am also going to try to let go of dairy, which is a really hard thing to let go of for me. I love my cheese, especially burnt cheese. I love burnt cheese. So good. But I'm going to try to let go of dairy as well. Trying to make some bigger changes, clearing out my system more. I'm trying to think of some other big ones, other things that I've let go of. I've let go of not letting other people control me. I have decided that my life is important over anyone else's. And if they don't like my choices, that's the way it is. Because I let a lot of people control me for my whole life. And it will never happen again. So I have taken back control of my life and who I am and who I want to be and the changes that I want to make. And that's just the way it is. So, yeah, I've had to let go of a lot of people judging me. I've had to let go of my religious beliefs. And, I was Catholic. Well, I went to a Catholic school from kindergarten to 8th grade. And I was forced to go to church until I was 18, and I didn't agree with going to church. I didn't connect at all. And I understood, the teachings, always believed in God, but I never connected. And so that is a big choice that I let go of religion. I let go of all of the I let go of all that control. And not that anyone was controlling me about it or over it, but I just let go of those beliefs because that's not what I believe anymore. I had to let it go. Oh, I let go of the judgments on myself. Not just from others, but especially for myself, because I didn't like myself most of my life. I had to let go of all the perceptions of me that other people had, and the judgments and, all the looks and stares and gossip and rumors and I let go of all that because all of that is not the truth about me. I know what the truth is about me. And people are going to talk. Doesn't matter who it is, you're always going to have someone that's going to talk, and gossip about you. But I had to let go of a whole community of people that came up against me. I had to let go of all of it. Because I finally realized what was actually going on. So yeah, I had to let go of it all and start over at 52 and make my own choices and make my own way. And to not care about other people's perceptions of who they thought I was. All the rumors that they believed about me that weren't true. I don't care. People can believe what they want to believe about me. I just want to live my life. And all those people that came up against me don't want to be anywhere near you. Because I know who I am. I know the pain and suffering that I have gone through in the past how many years of people attacking me and spiritually attacking me in front of my face and behind my back. So I've had to let it go and start new and create for myself and not care about everything else out there that's trying to hurt me in any way or make me into somebody that I'm not, or make me look like a monster to others. Because people like that are projecting. Of what they're doing and how they feel about themselves. They're projecting onto others. And I'm not a hurtful person like that. I don't go out of my way to try to take somebody out, try to take somebody down. So that was a lot that I had to let go of. And I start new on my own terms, without anyone's judgments of who I am and who I was supposed to be and who they didn't want me to be. And that I wasn't supposed to wake up and see what was going on around me. Well, I have. So those are some of the things that I've had to let go of in my life. And right now I am here for me when I didn't have anybody. When I didn't have support from anyone except for my kids and a couple of their friends. And everybody just kind of left me hanging and let me fend for myself. So I want you to realize on this journey that it's not going to be easy, because the more you wake up, the more you're going to see around you. The deception and lies and everything else that you never thought you would have to deal with in your life. You're going to have to open your eyes and see reality on who's really there for you and who isn't. It's a big part of the journey. But you're going to have to decide who you let go of in your life, who you need to let go of in your life that's trying to control you or whatever, manipulate you. So there's going to be people that you're going to have to let go of. And like I said, the more you rise in frequency, your belief systems are going to change, your perception is going to change. I mean, you're going to change physically, mentally, emotionally. I mean, in every way you're going to change. But you're going to have to decide what you're going to have to let go of. And take a good hard look at yourself. And realize what you don't want anymore. in your life that is trying to pull you back instead of who's going to help push you forward? Who's going to help you heal? And show you the way through to help you keep going. And some of those people along your journey could be people that you've been around your whole life. Could be people that you've always trusted. And you might realize that they're something different than you thought they were. So, this journey of letting go what no longer serves you, it's going to be people, places, things, food. There's so many different aspects. But the more you learn, the more you evolve, the more you see the truth, the more you can see within yourself of what you need to change in your life. And what's going to make the big difference in moving forward on your path. But only you can decide that for yourself. And those two words, letting go, it's going to be a lot. And the more you let go and you become a little selfish, to realize you are important on your journey. You have to become independent. You have to create your world for yourself. And not in an arrogant way. It's more like instead of taking care of everyone else all the time, which is what I used to do, instead of focusing so much on taking care of everybody else, at some point you're going to have to realize that you got to start taking care of yourself. Some people want to focus on just everything outside themselves because they don't want to look within. They don't want to see themselves. They don't want to face the mirror. But the more you can focus on healing yourself, healing everything that has hurt you in your lifetime, going within, healing your heart, healing every traumatic experience you've had in your life and healing things one by one. Going within and seeing the wound, feel through it, cry it out, and let it go. To get all that negative energy off of you and bring in the new. It's all about bringing in the new. Or changing over into the new. And you're going to have to be a little selfish. Even if you don't want to be. Again, it's not in an arrogant way. But self-love is important. And this journey is all about self-love. To realize that you are very important in God's eyes. God wants to see you heal. God wants to see you stand up for yourself. God wants to see you use your voice, your throat chakra. To be respectful, but to use your voice. Always say the truth. Always say what's on your mind without being rude and arrogant and hurtful. But your opinion matters. And you are important. You are important to God. And God wants you to know that. But He also wants you to realize that and to stand up for yourself. It's so important to do this. Because everything that you hold within yourself, that you want to say and don't, can hurt you. Can stay inside and fester. And it'll just keep festering. And then one day you're just going to have a blowout. You're just going to let it all out at once. And it can be, it can be a lot worse of a situation than you want it to be. I've been in this situation before, so I know. The triggers. And the triggers are usually from things that you don't say, that you don't speak up for yourself about. Or those things, those hurtful experiences that remind you of something and, you didn't speak your truth and you didn't stand up for yourself. And when you finally do, it just comes out. And then it really comes out with extra words added. But think of those 2 words of letting go. And you make your list. Because everything can't come on your journey with you. And everyone can't come on your journey with you. Because no one's at the same level as you. Everyone's at a different level. And some may not want to join you. Some may be comfortable right where they're at in the life they're experiencing now. And they may not want to believe in what you believe in or see, like in my world, a lot of people don't believe what I believe of spirituality and how I see God. But there are many, many that do. And like that phrase goes, now I gotta think about it for a second here. The truth cannot be learned. There you go. The truth cannot be learned. It must be realized. Which means you can throw all the information you want at someone, but until they make the decision to see it for themselves and to take it all in and to realize it for themselves, they're not going to believe it. They're not going to believe anything that you say. You can give them little bits of information here and there to help them, but they have to make the decision for themselves. And once you see enough information, you will come to a point where it's like a knowing. When you realize it. It's like a ding moment, like that bell goes off and all of a sudden everything makes sense. But I want you to think about that two words, or those 2 words, letting go. And the further you go on this journey of the Great Awakening, just be prepared that you're going to have to let go of a lot of things. Could be people, places, and things, guys. Could be anything. And like I've said before, I'm a smoker. Smoked for a long time. And it's one thing that I haven't quit yet. It's another thing I have to let go of. And when I'm ready, I will. But like anybody else, guys, I struggle with things too. Yeah. So let's see how, I'm at 35 minutes or so. So this is my message for today, guys. And this journey is all about looking at yourself and doing some self-reflection. And the more you let go of, the higher you rise in your frequency. And it's definitely not easy. So this is my message today, guys, and I know it's not the happiest of messages, but it is my truth, and only a part of it. Okay, guys, this is Kristen from A Voice and a View, and until next time, peace, love, and light. Love you all. Bye.